Hey guys, Richard here with eBike Reviews and Adventures. So today I'm going to go ahead and change out the controller on the Emojo Bison Pro. If you saw my review video, I told you that they have an upgraded controller that gives you more power, and it's a free upgrade. You just have to ask them for it. So we received that, and we're going to go ahead and show you how to swap that out, and then we're going to find out if in fact it does give us more power like we're hoping. So let's get into the video. Okay guys, they did send us the controller, and this is what it looks like. I'll open up the box, and yeah, so a lot of connections there. We hope this is going to work. We'll figure it out once we tear into that one and get it removed. And yeah, as we do this, please just don't pay attention to what's going on over here in this box. Yeah, we wouldn't want you to see what's coming up soon over there. So yeah, let's see here. I'm going to grab my chair. Here we go. So here's the controller, and I started the monkey with it, and then I decided I would stop and not go any further. And you know what? I already lost a screw. The bummer. It's here somewhere. I dropped it, and it hit the floor and bounced around, and now I can't find it. So I'll have to move all these bikes and get everything moved out, sweep the floor, and I'll find it then. That is, unless Toby ate it, because Toby was nearby at the time, but we'll see. So one screw already missing, so we're going to go ahead and take out these screws that hold this bracket on. Now we have all these connections down here, but it looks like most of them run inside the box. And so we're going to have to open up this box. We're going to take off the 4 screws right here in the corners. So when you're taking these screws out, guys, be careful, because these screws are really super tight. So you'll want to put a lot of pressure on it to make sure you actually turn the screw, and that you're not just simply rounding off the head, because if you round off the head, then you're going to be in real trouble trying to get it to come out. Oh, it's really hard to get out. All right, got the cover off. Set that up there out of the way. Now, you know what I should have done before I started, and I'm going to do that now. I'm going to let this sit right here. I'm going to go ahead and take off the batteries. So this has 2 batteries. I'm going to turn the key on both sides to unlock them. And we're going to pull those batteries out just so the batteries are disconnected. There we go. Just going to slide those out a little bit like that. What a cluster this is, huh? I wondered how these dual batteries are going to be connected inside here. So we got 2 connectors going in there. I don't think we have to mess with that, right? Here's the new one. So I'm going to have to start getting things laid out here. Best thing to do is to just go 1 for 1. All right, let's go ahead and cut some zip ties here. Careful not to cut anything else. I'm going to swap this black out right here, so just pinch it, and it pops right off. I'm going to put this one back in. Black, red, and blue. This one here, which is just a black and almost a burgundy. Woo! All right. If I hold it with pliers, if I'll be able to pull that apart. Woo! I'm about to damage the plug. So we need to grab the yellow part. Oh, it's not coming. How the heck do we get this off? It may unplug somewhere else, so we're going to take this tape off. Looks like it might come apart right there. There we go. Woo! Plugs into this one now. Whew, that took a little patience to get all that off, and that just snaps out too. Alright guys, there's the old controller. So we got those 3 there, and then we got that one was plugged in already, and now we'll plug in these 2. So this goes back up here. Alright. There we go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit right here. I'm going to put the batteries back in. I'm going to at least just make sure the bike turns on. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some electrical tape that I already have. Rewrap a couple of these. We'll get it tucked away back into that box. Get the box mounted again. Take it for a test ride. This one had tape on it, so we're going to put tape back on this one. I don't know, you know, it could be that a couple of these connections have a habit of coming loose or something. Maybe that's why they had them taped. So I'm going to make sure we tape the ones that were taped. And those smaller connectors, they kind of lock in, so I don't think there's a risk of them coming loose at any point, so I'll probably leave those. They were not taped. Oh. Okay, this is worse than a puzzle, so this needs to go back in. It will sit flat right there, it looks like. I'd like to get all these connections in there as well. Oh my goodness. Because now we need to be able to put this up here. Alright, before it's over with, I may be buying new screws because these screws, they're just so tight getting them in, and I'm slowly rounding off the head. If you put a lot of pressure on the screw and turn it slowly, you'll be able to feel if it's starting to slip or not slip. So just slow turns. This is really cheap, but what do you expect when it comes from China? Oh my gosh, I'll never get that one all the way tight. Okay, that's progress. I managed to get that one tightened up. If I can just get this one tightened up, it'll be sealed. Alright guys, it is 9 o'clock in the morning. It's already getting close to 90 degrees. It's hot. It's humid. It's nasty. I'm going to take this for a ride. We're going to test it, see how it does. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some more wrapping with some electrical tape. Just kind of protect those a little bit better. Oh my goodness. Well, I can tell you that's a lot faster. And that's just throttle only. So alright guys, here's the real test, and that is, can I stop on my driveway and then get going again? Throttle only. Yes, I can. Look at that. It just powers me right up the driveway. Let's go up the grass uphill. Throttle only. Heck yeah. Alright, we're going to hit the throttle. Maybe. Uh-oh. Error 24. Alright guys, that's not good. We have an error 24. We have no throttle at all. So let's go look up and see what error 24 is. So much for that test. Motor hall problem. Hall sensor fault, possible motor replacement. Wow. How about that? I put the new controller in, And you saw me running it. Everything seemed fine. And now we have an error code 24. Doesn't tell me how to fix it. I'm going to have to contact the company and find out. This really sucks. Okay guys, I was starting to get pretty frustrated, so I took a break for a little while, came back to it. I already sent an email off to Emojo saying, hey, what's going on now? Because now I've got this error code and the bike doesn't go anywhere. So I was looking for some instructions for them because I was confident that everything inside that controller was snapped in nice and tight, and I also put tape on the ones that were questionable, got everything locked back down nice and tight. So I know those connections are good. So after taking a break, I came back out here and said, well, let's just open up the box again and see what's going on in there. So I took out one screw, and then I had the thought, you know, it's the motor is the error code, so let's check the wire going to the motor. So I started chasing the wire to the motor, starting with the big one here, right? Because this is the one that goes down to the motor. And guess what I found? This connection right here had pulled loose. Yeah, apparently with all the tugging I was doing over here, pulling and tugging these wires, you know, it pulled on this wire right here, which comes out of the frame, I do believe, and it came loose, and it was unplugged. So I plugged it in, and I turned on, and now the error code 24 is gone. Error 25, that just simply means that we have the brakes engaged, okay? As soon as you release the brakes, that error code goes away, so that's not a problem. But it was flashing between 24 and 25, 24 and 25. But now the error code for the motor has been resolved because it was my mistake. And so we're ready to go out and continue doing some test riding. All right, guys, we're out here for test number 2. So, yeah, let's talk about this for a few minutes. So that was a little aggravating, but it turns out it was not a big deal. But let's talk about this for a few minutes, because now what we have compared to the other controller, right, is that we have significantly more power. So in between pedal assist settings there, you feel a little bit of a kick as it jumps up from one setting to another. So if you're a senior and you know, and you're considering whether or not you know, the bike's going to be too powerful for you, it may, because it's got a little bit of a kick now. As compared to before swapping out the controller, it was just a nice gradual transition pretty much from one pedal assist to another. So just be aware of that. I do like that there's significantly more power. I mean, yeah, you saw the little clip probably already, depending on how I edit the video. You saw the clip about the just being able to go up my driveway now from a standstill. You know, from a standstill using throttle only, it was able to power me on up into the driveway. So I'm happy with that. So, and I think this was off camera, but I did take a quick little jaunt through the grass on my front yard there, and it did that with no problem. So we'll show you that again here in just a moment. We'll go through the grass and show you how it just kind of powers through there now without any trouble at all. And whereas before it just didn't want to do it at all. I could go through the grass if I was really pushing on the pedal hard, you know, and trying to really kind of force the bike through the grass, and only if it was really level and flat, it was kind of going through it. But considering the use for you know, my wife, who has some limitations, and for all of you who may have limitations or who may just be a senior, then you know, you may not always have the strength to be able to power the bike up a hill or power it through the grass. And if that's the case, then you're going to want to swap out the controller for sure. Let's just zip through here. So we've got a little grass, we've got a little incline, and this trike is just rolling right through it without any hesitation. So let's go down here. We'll do, you can't really see the incline too much probably on camera, but we'll try it again, just throttle only. Is it going to make it? Oh, I'm going to have to help it a little bit. That's a pretty steep little hill there. But hey, I can zip around now through the grass We couldn't do that before. So here are my thoughts. I'm very happy with the upgrade. And if you're concerned about the kick that this thing has, here's my suggestion to you. When you're using pedal assist, we'll just slow down here and put it back on pedal assist 2. When you're on pedal assist, okay, you can't control pretty much anything. It's a cadence sensor, so when you move from pass 2 to pass 3, it's just going to want to throttle you up to that highest setting for pass 3. So it's going to give you a bit of a kick. However, let's slow down here again. When we're not pedaling, you can control using the throttle, okay? So you just push on the throttle a little bit, and we got a nice gradual cruising along here on throttle. Just like that, controlling our speed, controlling everything about it. Nothing out of control, nothing at all. So we can still control it a lot if you're just doing throttle only. And then if I wanted to go ahead and kick it down, and we can kick it down and go. So that's a good way to control, the speed or the power. But it doesn't work when you're on pedal assist. So when you're on pedal assist, as soon as you start moving the pedals, it's gonna rocket you up there to the next pedal assist setting. So just be aware of that. So I think my wife is certainly going to notice that there's a difference in the fact that it kicks a little bit. But we can control the speed, remember, so we can go into the settings here and adjust each pedal assist level and keep it kind of low. And pedal assist 1 right now, we have it set, I think I said in my review video, I think it was 5, but actually it's not. I think it's like 3. So pedal assist 1, I have it set for, it's about 3.5, which is nice and slow. And then we'll pump it up to 2. A little bit of a bump there. And 2 is set for, what is it, maybe 8? Yeah, I guess 2 is set for 8. And that's fine. And even if this is too much for you, you could always, go in there and adjust it and bump it down to 6 or to 5 or something like that. So it's a good way to control it. I myself would rather control it via, the speed settings and have the power when I need it versus not have the power when I need the power, okay? So I think it's a worthwhile upgrade. I would say definitely ask them about that. And here's another thought. So if in my review video I told you if you're not mechanically inclined or like to tinker, I suggest paying the extra $200 to let them assemble it for you, and then they ship it on a pallet. So if they do that, you would also want to make sure that they put on the upgraded controller. So don't forget to ask for that if that's what you decide you want to do. The last issue that we still have to work out here is, we've got to work out the shimmy, because that shimmy is still there and I don't like it. So we still got to figure that out, see what's going on, and that's going to require taking the wheel off, which is easy to do, and taking it down to a bike shop and having them true it. I just got to find a bike shop that will do it for me, or find another bike enthusiast, maybe that they've got their own truing stand, and kick them a few bucks and have them do it for me. But that's probably going to be the better option right now than me buying a truing stand. I could buy one, then I'll always have it. But they're a couple $100, and I just don't know how much I'll need it in the future. So we'll have to see. But hey guys, that's going to be it for this video. We're going to sign off here. And I hope you like the review video for the Emojo Bison Pro. I hope you like the video for upgrading that controller. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them down below. And I've got something else I want to show you, and I think you're going to like it. So I'm going to leave that right here.